Let's do this. Set the timer for 1 hour, and in under 1 hour, you can transform your LinkedIn profile into something that impresses interviewers. Let's get started. Top down. Number one, change the profile picture. Yep, you want to showcase where you're going, not where you've been. So, no pictures in your car or in a restaurant or in your classroom. Put the blazer on, find a clean wall, get some good lighting, hand your smartphone to somebody, and take a photo. A blazer makes a tremendous, tremendous difference in what your image looks like. So, it's worth the effort. Next, customize your wallpaper. Go to Canva, create something original over there. I recommend putting a quote. A quote is a really fantastic way of showcasing your values and what is important to you. Customize your URL. It's on the top right. You're going to just take and erase all the numbers and letters after your name. And if you have a very common name, you may need to add some kind of numbers and letters or a middle initial. Just avoid putting any numbers or letters that look like the year that you were born or are the year that you were born, because we don't need to tell anybody up front how old we are. When you're in that top section, fill out the contact information, put in your email address. This is really important because even recruiters, if they are not connected to you, they are not going to use one of their in-mail messages to reach out to you if they want to. If you have an email address, that allows them to be able to reach out to you directly. You don't want to get passed over just because you're not connected to somebody. Okay, if you have a portfolio, especially if you're going towards instructional design, this is a great place to put it. And you can put a custom button over there so that people see the portfolio link right in that top section. Next is your about section. Think about that as your elevator pitch. So it's short and it's about you, and make sure the first couple lines are really powerful. Not like, I have a master's in this and I studied that, and I have this many years. No, make it powerful because people only see the first few lines before clicking on see all. So make those first couple lines something that somebody actually wants to read and click on see more and see the rest of it. Remember, just like your resume, nobody's spending a lot of time here. So make it strong and impactful right from the beginning. Next, you're going to add in your experience for all your jobs. Underneath each job, I want you to add the bullet points, the same ones that are on your resume. You can copy and paste them directly from a Word document onto this space on LinkedIn, and the integrity of the bullet points will remain. So put your work experience there. You're going to add your education there. If your education is more than 5 years old, put in where you received the degree, like your university, and the degree that you received, but leave off the dates. The way you leave off the dates is, instead of choosing something, choose the actual word month and choose the actual word year, and it'll leave the dates off completely. Cool trick, right? Make sure that your education is ordered properly. So let's say a master's is higher than the bachelor's, etc. There's a way that you can just come right in and you can hit the triple dots and you can reorder anything on there. You can reorder your education, you can reorder your skills. Next, you're going to add your volunteer experience there. So volunteer experience has a special place on LinkedIn, but if you have a tremendous amount of volunteer experience in lieu of work experience, for example, if you are a stay-at-home mom and you're returning to the workforce, I recommend that you put your volunteer experience as employment experience, because then you can get recommendations from those people. LinkedIn does not allow you to get recommendations from anybody that you worked with as a volunteer, just from people that you worked with from employment or people that you went to school with. So that's a little trick so you can get those recommendations written. Next, you want to add your skills. Put in 100 skills and then reorder them, reprioritize them so that the most important ones are on top, because the viewer only sees the first two without clicking on see all. So you want to prioritize those. And it's those skills that LinkedIn uses to decide if somebody is highly qualified or not for a position. So you want to put in those skills. It also raises you in the algorithm. Next is interests. So you get to choose top voices. So I recommend following some non-controversial leaders. And then you can choose companies that you want to follow. So I recommend following all the companies that you are applying to. Okay, it shows your interest in them. It also will change the algorithm. It'll change the feed. So you'll see their posts the same way as it works on Facebook or Instagram or anything else. We left out up on top, we left out your headline. The headline is really important, so take a moment for this one. I want you to put in a few different job titles separated by a vertical line down and then a half sentence that describes something unique about you, what makes you stand out. The reason for putting in those job titles is because they're searchable. They're searchable by recruiters. So you don't want to say transitioning teacher or, executive assistant at ABC company because it doesn't do anything to make you stand out. I want you to use this as a marketing tool, put in a few different job titles that are very similar because if they're all over the place, it's going to look like you don't know what you're doing, and then a short half sentence that really makes you stand out. If someone had to describe what does Cindy bring to the table that's different from anybody else, that's where you're going to put that there. Okay, there you go, under an hour, and you have fixed up your LinkedIn profile. Okay, I hope you found this super helpful. I'm going to put a video right here about taking your LinkedIn profile picture. And I'd love a chance to talk with you about what it's like when we work together. Yeah, my name is Cindy. I empower career changers, transitioning teachers, and those returning to the workforce to find amazing jobs that match their current why. Schedule your free 45-minute discovery call to talk about how I can help you to be successful in your job search. I hope you found this super helpful. I hope you have a super productive week. Always remember you're a warrior. I'll catch you next week. Have a good one. Bye-bye.